Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the MIAA Division III State Tournament Elite 8. Tonight, the Hudson Hawks, the number 3 seed, host the number 6 seed Triton Regional. Triton comes in 18-4, and the Hawks 15-6. Triton, winners of 12 in a row. That can either be a good thing or a bad thing. The longer some of those win streaks go on. Triton here, victorious over Greater New Bedford and Oakmont, and the Hawks with victories over Norwell and Pembroke find themselves in this spot where there's only 8 teams left in Division III State Tournament. The other games that'll be played this weekend. Number 2, Apponequet will host number 7, North Reading. Number 1, Dighton Rehoboth hosts number 9, Arlington Catholic. And number 4 seed, Norton, hosts number 5 seed, St. Mary's. Public address is just getting started. I'm Pete Conte along with Linda Chilton. You know you're deep in the playoffs when Linda comes around to do one of these games with us. Usually you wait until we get to Worcester State, but we may not get to Worcester State. It depends on who wins and who loses and who else wins and who else loses. The task at hand tonight for the Hawks is to be victorious over the Triton Regional Vikings. Yes, Linda couldn't pass up a beautiful summer night. Gave Cam and Jared a Friday. They like to have Fridays off until football season, and then it's all hands on deck. We are running a live stream tonight, so we're gonna try and stay with this for as long as we can. Linda's very sure of herself that that's gonna happen. So the non-starters for the Vikings, number 1 is Maggie Rennick. Number 9 is Gracelyn O'Neill. Number 14 is Ginger Thompson. Number 15 is Audrina Owens. Number 23 is Laura Zaharansky. And number 25 is Alyssa Ewall. And now the starters for the Vikings at right field. Wearing number 27 is Mallory Johnson. Number 10 in left field, Madison January. At shortstop, number 2 is Kyla Story. Behind the plate, number 4 is Skylar Colburn. Pitching tonight for the Vikings, number 8, Emma Penniman. At first base, number 33 is Jillian Givestow. Second base, number 5, Ava Johnson. At center field, it's number 17, Alexandra McManus. The designated player, number 22, Izzy Turner. And at third base, the flex player for the Vikings, number 7, Grace McHale. Head coach is Alan Noyes. Assistant coaches Darryl Farivo and Greg Dawes. Now the non-starters for the number 3 seed home team, Hudson Hawks. Number 6 is Julia Kleindinst, and number 14, Jillian Davis. Now the starting lineups for the Hudson Hawks. At center field, number 7 is Alyssa Davis. At second base, number 2 is Livy Souza. Behind the plate, number 15, Lauren O'Malley. At shortstop, number 9 is Audrey Lennox. At first base, number 25, Sam Collette. At third base, number 34, Liv Connolly. The designated player for the Hawks tonight, number 4, Colby Lucina. Pitching tonight for the Hawks, number 8, Taylor Attaway. At right field, it's number 23, Sydney Roush. And in left field, the flex player for the Hawks tonight, number 22, is Vida Lagatola. Head coach Laura Bowen, assistant coaches Ray Gerard and Maddie Hoffey. And now we'll pause for the playing of our national anthem. All the housekeeping is in place. And we'll be underway shortly. It's the MIAA Division III Elite 8 between the Hudson Hawks and the Triton Regional Vikings. Triton Regional located in Byfield, 128 on the northern end, up kind of between, I'd say, Groveland and Amesbury, in case you are wondering. Pair of eights in the circle for tonight's matchup. Number 8 for the Hawks, Taylor Attaway, and number 8 for the Vikings, Emma Penniman. Defensively for the Hawks in left field, Lagatola. Alyssa Davis is in center, and Sydney Roush in right. Third base is Liv Connolly. Shortstop, Audrey Lennox. At second base, Livy Souza, and first base, Sam Collette. Lauren O'Malley behind the plate. And again, Taylor Attaway in the circle. So leading off for the Vikings, number 27, the right fielder, Mallory Johnson. And we're underway. First pitch to Mallory Johnson is ball. 1-0. High from Attaway. 2-0. Called strike one. And that's lifted high and deep and gone. Leadoff home run for Mallory Johnson. That one was tagged. Not much wind to help that one as well. That got out of here in a hurry from Johnson out to right center. Triton jumps out to the early 1-0 lead. Called strike to the left fielder, Madison January. In the dirt from Attaway, 1-1. Called strike 2. 1-2. Low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It was 3 balls. It's only ball 3, isn't it? Oh, must be ball 4. So, Madison January draws a walk. I thought there was 3 balls. Coach Bowen calls for a timeout. Makes a visit out to the circle. Shortstop Kyla Story steps in. First pitch strike from Attaway. And that one lifted foul up onto the roof of the high school. That's one you don't get back. 0-2. And popped up again out of play. Story stays alive. No balls, 2 strikes. Ball 1 up and away. O'Malley held that one in place a little bit. Hoping the home plate umpire changes his mind. That never happens, though. Kyla Story works the count to 2-2. And that one lifted to left. Lagatola on the run. Doesn't catch up with it. Vikings now runners at first and second. No outs for the catcher, Skylar Colburn. Pitches in the dirt. O'Malley goes to third, throws low to Conley, gets it on the hop. And January is safe, sliding into third. Force play now off with runners at second and third. First base empty for Colburn. And that one lifted to center. Davis there to make the catch, going to go home. January's going to score. Story will go to third. Sacrifice fly for Colburn is the first out. And the pitcher, Emma Penniman, steps in. First pitch is high for a ball. Foul tip into the mitt for a strike. And foul back out of play. Attaway ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fouled back again. Penniman stays alive. Count remains 1-2. Up and away from Attaway, 2-2. And hard line drive, 1 hop to Lagatola in left. Penniman will remain at first. Kyla Story will come in to score. And the courtesy runner for Penniman will be number 1, Maggie Rennick. Still only 1 out here, top of the first. And the first baseman, Julia Gifstow, steps in. Ball 1. Called strike from Taylor Attaway, 1-1. Foul back in the screen, 1-2. Attaway set. Tried to go off speed. Fell a bit short, 2-2 the count. Now a rundown, Rennick. Gisto thought it was ball 4, was only ball 3. Rennick was on the move, so they try to get. So Rennick is thrown out on the stolen base. Gisto started towards first base, thought she had the walk. So Rennick out on the 2-4-3 put out, and it's 3-2 to Gisto. Hey, called strike 3. Three runs in the top half of the first for the Vikings. Have them in front of the Hawks 3-0 as the Hawks do to bat in the home half of the first. Triton had a runner on first with one out, and some confusion ensued on the base paths, and the courtesy runner, Maggie Rennick, was thrown out on the 2-4-3 put out, and Gisto went down looking to end the inning. Big hit of the inning was the leadoff home run from Mallory Johnson. Defensively, for the Vikings, it's from third around the infield. McHale is at third, Stories at short, Ava Johnson at second, and Gisto is at first. Colburn behind the plate, Penniman in the circle, and left to right, Mallory Johnson, Alexandra McManus. And Alyssa Davis leads off. Lifted up into the outfield grass. Kayla Story there to make the play. Livy Souza steps in. Takes ball 1. Check swing. Call the strike. Strike two on the outside part of the plate. Inside. Foul back. And a drop third strike. And down looking goes Souza. Brings up Lauren O'Malley. I'd say this is a helping wind if she can lift one toward right field right now. And she lifts one, and it's just popped up to first base, caught by Jillian Givto. And the Hawks go down in order in the first inning. We're through one here at O'Donnell. It's the Vikings 3 and the Hawks nothing. Dakota Antleman, former HUD-TV staffer over there. Still run into Dakota from time to time, right, Dakota? Look who I dragged out. So I think when Dakota was here was the last time we had a football pregame program going. Used to run for about 37, 38 minutes and yeah. So the Vikings sent 6 to the plate in that top half of the first. They have their 7, 8, and 9 hitters due up here in the second inning. The Vikings with the 3-0 lead. And Attaway steps in. Called strike one. Strike two to Ava Johnson. Ball one, outside part of the play. That one again framed by O'Malley. And lined into left. Lead-off single for Johnson. Brings up the center fielder, number 17, Alexandra McManus. First pitch strike from Attaway. Called strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Throw down to first. Ava Johnson back safely. One and 2 now to McManus. Lifted in right to the edge of the outfield grass, drops in. Seeing eye single that time for McManus, and the Vikings have been back in business with runners at first and second. Brings up the designated player, Izzy Turner. Squares to bunt. Fans on the hit. Called strike. Squares again, foul back. 0-2 to Turner. And down looking goes Izzy Turner. Second strikeout of the night for Attaway. Back to the top of the order now for the Vikings. Mallory Johnson led this one off with a towering home run. Pitches in the dirt. O'Malley goes down to third. Connolly there. Great throw from O'Malley down to Connolly. She held on to make the tag on Ava Johnson. McManus will move to second on the throw. Pitches high to Johnson, 1-1. And down. Oh, 2 strikes. 1-2. Looked like she was turning to go back to the dugout. 1-2 with the count. 2 outs. McManus is on second. Having trouble with this home plate umpire tonight. 2-2 the count. And down swinging goes Johnson. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Attaway, 3 on the night. Vikings open the inning, get 2 runners on base. And a great throw from O'Malley to Conley at third. Cut down Ava Johnson. Lennox, Collette, and Liv Conley due up in the Hudson half of the second. And the shortstop, Audrey Lennox, leads off for the Hawks. And popped up out of play. And line into right center through the hole. Gonna round first and go into second. Standing up, leadoff double for Lennox. First baseman Sam Collette steps in, fouls one back. Reached out for that one, bound to make contact. Looked like it might have had a hit and run on. High and outside. Good job by Colburn. Keep that one from going to the fence. Foul back against the screen. Collette got a piece of that one as well. Penniman set. One hopper to McHale at third, over to Givto. Going to move Lennox to third for the third baseman, Liv Conley. And popped up beyond first base, Givto. Didn't track it as well as she probably wanted to. Called strike on the outside corner to Conley. Up and away. Both teams trying to figure out that outside part of the plate here early on. And Connolly down looking. Brings up Colby Lucina with a runner at third. Foul back. Low and away. One and one to Lucina. Ball's in the dirt. Coburn keeps it in front. Lennox remains at third. Colby lifts one into center field, caught by Alexandra McManus for out number 3. So the Hawks get a base runner over to third in that second inning and couldn't get her home. We're through 2 here at O'Donnell. It's the Vikings 3 and the Hawks nothing. Two, 3, and 4 hitters due up for the Triton Vikings. And Madison January leads off for Triton Regional. Fouled off the mask of O'Malley. Hawks take a precautionary timeout. Ends with a smile and a pat on the head. And January steps back in. 0-1 the count. Lifted along the line in left field. Lennox on her horse over there to make the catch. Lennox traveled a long way from the shortstop position. Left at the crack of the bat. If you don't see that one off the bat, you're not going to make that catch. And Lennox got over there in time. 1 out for the shortstop. Kyla Story takes call, strike 1. Change up, falls short, 1-1. And lifted out of play down the third baseline. 1-2 to Story. Popped up in a right. Roush on the run. Has it go off the glove in foul territory. Count remains 1-2 to Story. Get the camera over there fast enough? My head was probably in the way. That one lifted to center. Davis doesn't get there in time. Falls between Davis and Roush. One out single for Story. Brings up the catcher, Colburn. Has sacrifice fly to center field. Her first at bat takes called strike one. Lined in left. Falls in front of Lagatola. Story will move to second. Colburn will be at first. Yeah, it looks like we're going to see a runner for Colburn. And it's going to be number 5, Alyssa Ewall. Brings up the pitcher, Emma Penniman. Fouled out of play. And another one out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Triton with runners at first and second. Another foul out of play, same place, 3 pitches in a row. Attaway deals. Penniman turns away. One and two. And that one lifted deep to right. Roush there makes the catch. Story will tag and go to third, and Ewall will remain at first. 2 outs in the Triton second. They have runners at first and third for Jillian Givestow. That one's in the dirt, stopped by O'Malley. Would guess that Ewald will head to second. Try and draw the throw from O'Malley. Up and away. 2 balls, no strikes. And Givestow lifts that one into short center field. And Souza couldn't catch up, couldn't catch it. Story's going to score. Ewald's going to score from first base. And the Hawks are going to call timeout. 2 runs in the Triton third. Has them on top 5-0. Looks like the Hawks are going to make a pitching change here. The Lagatola is going to come in to pitch. Colby Lucina will go to right field. Everywhere you turn tonight, there's a Bowen. That's Lenny's wife, Lenny's daughters, 2 of his daughters. I think there's 7 Bowens here tonight that I've seen. There could be more. So Vita Lagatola is now in to pitch for the Hawks. She comes in with 2 outs. Jillian Givestow is at first base. Hawks trail by 5. And called strike from Lagatola. Called strike 2. Ava Johnson now down, no balls, 2 strikes. In the dirt, ball gets away from O'Malley. Givestow will move to second. And a changeup from Lagatola has Ava Johnson out in front of that one. She goes down swinging. Be Attaway, Roush, and Davis. Due up in the home half of the third. And Taylor Attaway comes to the plate for the first time tonight. Attaway steps in. Low and away. Inside, ball 2. Two and 0 to Attaway. Up and away. 3 balls, no strikes. Called strike 1. 3 and 1. And a leadoff walk for Taylor Attaway. And an all-important base runner for the Hawks. Brings up the right fielder, Sidney Roush. Low and away, ball 1 from Penniman. One and 1. Squares to bunt, fouls it back. Hawks trail by 5 here in the home half of the third. And swing and a miss. Roush down, swinging. Third strikeout of the night for Penniman. Brings up the leadoff batter, Alyssa Davis. Check swing. And a called strike 1. Strike 2 to Davis. Popped up to shortstop in her first plate appearance. Outside, 1 and 2. Davis gets a piece of that, fouls it out of play. Inside. 2-2. Up and away. Davis works the count full. Swing and a miss, down swinging. In the third goes Alyssa Davis. And Livy Souza steps in with 2 outs. Attaway still remains at first base after the leadoff walk. Ball gets away from Colburn. Attaway will take second base on the pass ball. Attaway in scoring position for Souza. Lifted high in foul territory, and it's out of play. One on one, Livy Souza. Foul back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Souza lifts that one, caught right at second base by the second baseman, Ava Johnson. We're through 3 full here at O'Donnell Field. It's the Triton Regional Vikings 5 and the Hawks nothing. One hit given up by Triton pitching so far tonight. Gonna be Alexandra McManus, Izzy Turner, and Mallory Johnson due up in the Triton 4th. And McManus, the Vikings center fielder, steps in. Called strike from Lagatula. High and outside. 1-1. Bouncer picked up by Lagatola. And she'll make the play herself over to first base to Collette. Brings up the designated player. Izzy Turner takes call, strike one from Lagatola. Ball inside. 1-1. Two balls, one strike. That was a heavy-looking insect, whatever that was. It was full of something. Called strike from Lagatola, 2-2. Yeah, that was funny looking. Into the bat, foul. And fouled out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes, still to Izzy Turner. And swing and a miss. Turner down on strikes. Second strikeout for Lagatola. And 4 on the night for the Hawks. And hard ground ball through the middle, out into center field. Going to be played by Alyssa Davis. Mallory Johnson, 2 for 3 on the day, is at first base for Madison January. And the ball gets away from O'Malley. Johnson will take second. Timeout called by the Hawks. One ball, no strikes to January. Lagatola looks in. Ground ball. No, but everybody's safe. Conley with some difficulty. It's third, picking that out. So Johnson will go to third. Story now at first. And the ball through the hole between third and short. Going to score Mallory Johnson. Madison January will go to second. And Kyla Story now at first. One run in for Triton. 2 outs in the fourth. First pitch is high and away to Skylar Colburn, the Viking catcher. And hard line drive past Conley at third. Lucina is going to get it in quickly. But not before January crosses the plate. Story will move to third. Line drive single for Skylar Colburn. And Colburn will come out for a pinch runner, courtesy runner. And it'll be Alyssa Ewall. Brings up the Triton pitcher, Emma Penniman. Another line drive, short center field, picked up by Davis. Quickly into second base. Ewall gets to second. And the single by Emma Penniman. 3 runs in the Triton fourth. And the Hawks call another timeout. Looks like we're going to have another pitching change. Looks like this time it's going to be Livy Souza is going to come in the top half of the fourth. Triton was 3 all-important insurance runs. The Hawks trail 8-0 here in the top half of the fourth. Emma Penniman and the Triton defense have kind of silenced the Hawks. Still only 1 hit given up by Triton pitching. Hawks have sent 11 to the plate. So the Hawks going to try to stop the bleeding here with 2 outs in the top half of the fourth. Hawks trail by 8 runs. Jillian Givetoe takes strike 1 from Livy Souza. Sydney Roush into play second. Colby Lucina over to right. And Roush doesn't get the hopper. Out the throw to third. Gets Penniman. Ewald. Four-run score in the Triton fourth. Hawks trail by 9. O'Malley, Lennox, and Collette due up in the Hudson half of the fourth inning. And the Hawks got a big hole to dig themselves out of. 3 opportunities, and the first one starts here. Second time to the plate tonight for O'Malley. We're in the home half of the fourth inning. Hawks have only sent 11 to the plate tonight. And O'Malley steps in. High and inside from Penniman, ball 1. Same location. 2 balls, no strikes to O'Malley. Foul back out of play. Three and 1. Foul back out of play. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That one lifted in toward right center. Gone! Lauren O'Malley, leadoff home run. So the Hawks get on the board in the home half of the fourth. A leadoff homer from the catcher, Lauren O'Malley. Brings up the shortstop, Audrey Lennox. Ball outside. Audrey picked up her 100th hit on Memorial Day with a homer against Marlboro. Ball 2. Three and 0. Called strike to Lennox. 3-1. On the ground, through third base, past McHale. Single for Lennox. Brings up the first baseman, Sam Collette. Called strike one. Foul back out of play. Goes after the low pitch, high pop-up, falls in front of right fielder Mallory Johnson, and everybody's safe. And head coach Alan Noyes is going to pull the Viking infield into the circle and have a few words. Still no outs in the Hudson fifth. 1 run in. Lennox in scoring position. Sam Collette at first. And Liv Connolly now to the plate. Struck out looking in the second inning. Called strike one. Looked a little low from up here. Linder agrees. And popped up out of play. Conley down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. And down swinging is Liv Conley. Fifth strikeout of the night for Penniman. Brings up Colby Lucina. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Ball one. 1-1. That one's lifted in and out of the glove of center fielder McManus. Everybody's safe. Lennox goes to third. Collette moves to second. And Lucina on with the center field error. Hawks have the bases loaded with 1 out. Attaway fouls that one back to the screen. Taylor drew a leadoff walk in the third High for a ball, 1-1. Back out of play. One ball, 2 strikes to Taylor Attaway. Attaway stays alive, fouls that one out of play. Count remains 1-2. Looks at that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And down swinging. And Sidney Roush steps in. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Top of the order. On deck in Alyssa Davis. Roush squares the bunt. Right down the line. Everybody's safe. Great bunt by Sidney Roush. Lennox scores on the play. Collette goes to third. Lucina will move to second. And Sidney Roush at first base. What a great bunt. Really nothing Grace McHale could do at third base. Ball just died about 12 feet out. And Davis takes the ball. 2 runs in the Hudson 4th. Bases remain loaded for Alyssa Davis as the Hawks have come around to the top of the order. Called strike. 8th batter to the plate this inning for the Hawks. Up and away. 2-1. Three and one. Penniman steps in. Hey, ball 4 to Davis. Going to score Collette. Lucina moves to third. Roush over to second. And Alyssa Davis is at first for the second baseman, Livy Souza. And the Viking catcher, Skylar Colburn, takes a timeout. Souza down looking in the first. Popped up to second in the 3rd inning. And takes call strike 1. Hawks have batted around in this bottom half of the 4th. Deficit now 6. Up and away. 1-1 to Livy Souza. Ball 2. Ball stays in front of Colburn. 2 balls, 1 strike. Up and away. And Penniman and the Vikings try to work themselves out of some trouble here in the 4th inning. Called strike to Souza. Penniman works the count back to full. And Souza walks. Second straight walk given up by Penniman. Going to score Colby Lucina. Roush will move to third. Davis will move to second. And Souza's on with a bases loaded walk for Lauren O'Malley. O'Malley homer to start this inning. Takes called strike 1. Colburn squares up nicely, keeps the low pitch in front. 1-1 to O'Malley. Two and 1. Penniman being careful with O'Malley on this at bat. Called strike, 2-2. That one lifted in the right and caught by Mallory Johnson. So 4 runs come in the Hudson 5th. We're through 4 here at O'Donnell Field. It's the Triton Vikings 9 and the Hawks 4. Livy Souza, the 3rd pitcher utilized by Laura Bowen tonight. Moves the right fielder, Sidney Roush, from right to second. Lagatola now back in left field, and Colby Lucina is in right. Pete Conti and Linda Chilton back for some playoff activity. Five, 6, and 7 hitters due up for Triton in the top half of the 5th here at O'Donnell Field. Up and away from Souza. Inside, ball 2. Called strike. Two and 1. Fouled into the screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Penniman works the count. And draws a leadoff walk. Brings up the first baseman, Jillian Gifstow. That's a hard one. Ball 1 to Gifstow from Souza. Called strike. And down on strikes. That was McManus. Called strike. Foul back. And sliced foul down the first baseline. And call, throw down to first. Safe at first, and McManus goes down in the 5th. Second consecutive strikeout for Livy Souza. Brings up Izzy Turner, the designated player. Turner down looking in the 2nd, down swinging in the 4th. And a hard grounder back through the middle, fielded by Davis. And strike one called to the left fielder, Madison January, with Mallory Johnson at 1st and Izzy Turner at 2nd. Swing and a miss. And popped up out of play, third base side. And lifted to left. And Lennox calls off Lagatola to make the catch for out number 3. So the Hawks gave up a couple base runners there in that top half of the 5th inning, but Triton unable to plate any of those. We go into the bottom half of the 5th, and the Hawks trail 9-4. Hawks got the bats alive in the last inning, picked up 4 runs. And first pitch swinging is Lennox and fouls that one out of play. Four, 5, and 6 hitters due up for the Hawks in this home half of the 5th. One and one. Outside, ball 2. Lennox lifts one towards center and played by McManus. Brings up senior captain Sam Collette. Lifts one off the glove of Kayla Story. And Collette will be safe at first. Error charged to the shortstop, Kayla Story. Brings up Liv Conley. One and one the count. One out in the Hudson half of the fifth. They trail by 4. Lifted down the right field line. Just foul. One ball, 2 strikes to Conley. Low and away. Lifted into left. January can't hold on. And Collette will move to second base. So Collette finds herself at second on the error at short. And now the error in left has Conley at first base for Kobe Lucina. Ball bounces in on Colburn, she keeps it in front of her, and everybody stays put on the base paths. 1 ball, no strikes to Kobe Lucina. And that one lifted foul down the third baseline. Ball outside. And lift off, looked like it might have gone off the glove of Grace McHale. Everybody's safe. Hard hit ball by Lucina. And she finds herself at first base. Bases are loaded for Taylor Attaway. Attaway lifts that one high to left. And it's dropped. Everybody's safe. Three errors by the Vikings. Hawks have the bases still loaded with 1 out, 1 run in, 2 runs in the Hudson fifth. And foul back by Sydney Roush. called strike to Roush, 0-2. Drop third strike. And Roush goes down swinging. Had a drop third strike, but the bases were loaded. Back to Alyssa Davis. Takes ball one. Hawks have chipped away to make it a 4-run deficit. Lifted high in the infield. Ava Johnson is going to settle under it and make the catch for out number 3. Hawks leave the bases loaded in the 5th, but score 2. So we're through 5 full here at O'Donnell Field. It's the Triton Vikings 9 and the Hawks 5. Three, 4, and 5 hitters due up in the Triton 6th. And everybody out of the way on the Viking bench. Kayla Story, the shortstop, leads off. And that was lifted to center. And Lagatola there to make the catch. Brings up the catcher, Skylar Colburn. Takes call strike 1 from Livy Souza. Colburn fouls that one out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. Up and away. 1-2. Lifted high into the infield. Souza calls them all off, makes the catch herself for out number 2. Brings up the pitcher. Emma Penniman. Ball 1 to Penniman. Swing and a miss. 1-1. And bouncer to Conley at third. Over to Collette. And the Vikings retired in order. So the Hawks have trimmed a 9-run deficit down to a 4-run deficit as we go into the bottom half of the 6th inning. Livy Souza, Lauren O'Malley, and Audrey Lennox due up in the Hudson half of the 6th. Livy Souza leads off for the Hawks. Takes strike 1. And popped up behind home plate. And Colburn makes the catch. Brings up Lauren O'Malley. First pitch in the dirt. All 1. Up high, ball 2. Hard grounder down the first base line. It's fair. Back into the corner. O'Malley's going to round first. Going to round second. Headed for third. Throw is high. Safe at third. One out triple for Lauren O'Malley. She waits at third for Audrey Lennox. Triton defense deepest in center field. Lots of room over the left fielder. Low and outside. Ball 1. To say a lot of room behind January in left field. Up and away. 2 balls, no strikes to Audrey Lennox. Two and 1. That was lifted high to left field. Over the head of January. RBI double for Lennox. I thought that left fielder was in a little too far, Linda. Foul back out of play by Collette. Hawks with a runner in scoring position. 1 run in. And Collette quickly down 0-2. In the dirt. Gets away from Colburn. Lennox takes third. Hawks have trimmed a 9-run deficit to 3 runs. That's lifted high out of play. As a little mist starts to fall here at O'Donnell Field. And that one's lifted back behind the plate, and Colburn couldn't hold on. Collette lets that one go. 1-2. Foul back. Penniman looks in, pitches high. Two balls, 2 strikes. And that was lifted to left. And January catches it, and Lennox is going to tag. Everybody on the edge of the seat on that one. Collette got a good piece of that, well struck. And January, who was victimized playing in too close on O'Malley, moved back, able to make the catch on Sam Collette. Liv Connolly steps in with 2 outs. Bases are empty. Takes the ball 1-1. On the ground, past third base. Conley's on with a 2-out single. And Colby Lucina represents the tying run now at the plate. Lifted high to the circle, called off by Pinnaman. There to make the catch. 2 runs come in for the Hawks. We're through 6 here at O'Donnell, and the Hawks have cut a 9-run deficit to a 2-run deficit. It's now 9-7 as we go into the top half of the 7th inning. Six, 7, and 8 hitters due up in the Triton 7th inning. Givestow, Johnson, and McManus all due up in the Triton 7th. Livy Souza looks in. Called strike 1. Bouncer off the glove of Souza, picked up by Roush over to first. That hit slowed down by Souza. Roush didn't give up on it. Picked it up on the bounce, got it over to Collette for out number 1. Brings up second baseman Eva Johnson. Backhanded by Lennox. Over to Collette. Nice backhand play there by Lennox. I think if she tried to square up and take that other than a backhand, I believe that Johnson would have been safe. Brings up the center fielder, McManus, with 2 outs. Foul back. Change of pace by Souza. Had McManus out in front of that one. No balls, 2 strikes. Up high, ball 1. McManus in there with 2 strikes. Looked like she was ready to swing. Souza looks in. Soft 1-hopper. And down in orders for 2nd consecutive inning go the Triton Vikings. So Hawks have clawed their way back here, bottom half of the 7th. They trail by 2. It's going to be Attaway, Roush, and Davis due up in the home half of the 7th. So the Hawks had not really done anything through 3 innings here at O'Donnell, but in the last 3 they've able to scrape up 7 runs to pull within 2 of the Triton Regional Vikings. Taylor Attaway leads off for the Hawks. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Attaway fouls that one back out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. Got a piece of that one. Stays alive at 0-2. Penniman looks in. And lifted into center field. It's going to split the gap. Attaway's going to round first, heading for second. Stand-up leadoff double for Taylor Attaway. And we're going to have a runner. It looks for Taylor Attaway. Jillian Davis will take second base as she's greeted by her teammates as she gets back to the dugout. Leadoff double for Attaway. Brings up Sydney Roush. Squares to bunt. Like she bounced it off the visor of her helmet. She'll stay in. Sydney started the game in right. Now defensively at second base. Squares again. Lays down another bunt. Safe at first. Throw late by McHale with Roush's speed. Second beautiful bunt laid down by Sydney Roush tonight. Gonna move Attaway to third. And Alan Noyes is gonna call timeout, talk this over with his infield. So the tying run in. Roush now at first base. The Hawks are back to the top of the order here in the bottom half of the 7th with no outs. And Alyssa Davis fouls off the first pitch from Penniman. Called strike. Alyssa Davis down 0-2. Lays down a grounder to second. Johnson flipped it to Story for the force. Davis is at first with the fielder's choice. Roush throwing out on the 4-6 force play, and Jillian Davis scores. Hawks are within one. One out here in the bottom of the 7th. Souza squares to bunt, pulls back. Ball 1. That one from Penniman falls short, ball 2. Souza squares the bunt. Back to Penniman, no one there! Souza safe at first. Triton coming apart at the seams here the last couple of innings. Brings up Lauren O'Malley. Ball's on the ground, Colburn gets to it. Balls, no strikes to O'Malley. Gets away from Colburn. Runners advance. Davis goes to third. Souza moves to second. And they're going to walk Lauren O'Malley and load the bases. Brings up the shortstop, Audrey Lennox, with one out. Hawks within one run. Ball 1 to Lennox. Winning run at second, represented by Livy Souza. That's lifted into center field. Over the head of McManus, and it's going to score 2. Throw to the plate, safe. Hawks win. Double by Audrey Lennox. And the Hawks with the big comeback didn't start until the 4th inning. They trail by 9. And the Hawks have fought back and won this one by a score of 11-9. And the Hawks stay alive and go to the state semifinal. Hawks used 3 pitchers in this one. Started by Taylor Attaway. Vita Lagatola came in, and Livy Souza just lights out. Retired the side in order for the Vikings in the 5th, in the 6th and the 7th, and shut the door. And the Hawks come back to win 11-9 over Triton Regional, and they'll go on to the Final Four in this Massachusetts Division III state softball tournament. Wow. Now you're in, Linda. You can't, we don't know where this next one will be. We're talking to the tournament director, Lou Macedo, before the game, and they're going to try and pick something that is amenable for both teams, so we'll see how that works out. All the other games aren't going to be played until tomorrow or Sunday. And just a look of shock across the way on the third baseline with the Triton Vikings. They probably thought they had this one in the bag at 9-0. I thought it was a tough hill to climb as well for the Hawks through 3 innings. They had only sent 2 extra 11 batters to the plate, and they just turned it on. The bats came alive. Some costly errors in the middle innings by Triton gave the Hawks extra at bats, and those turned into extra runs as Sam Collette lifts the Final Four trophy as the Hawks go on to the state semifinals. That was fun, Linda. Yeah, so the final score again, the Hawks battle back from 9 down to win 11-9 here at O'Donnell Field. The final home game for these seniors, for the Hawks, the 5 seniors. Livy Souza, Colby Lacina, Alyssa Davis, Audrey Lennox, and Sam Collette. It's not over yet for you girls, and that was fun. We'll let them celebrate a bit, and that'll be, I think, our lasting image is the girls celebrating there in short right field. Final score again, the Hawks 11 and the Triton Regional Vikings 9, and the Hawks move on to the state semifinal. For Linda Chilton, I'm Pete Conti. I hope you had fun. I hope you stayed with us, and we'll see you down the road for the Final Four.